Yes, it does.
Hey there, Sofa Squad. We just wanted to say thanks for hanging out with us. And not a phony type of thanks, but the real kind, the awkward kind. Thanks. 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 And for the record, we know AI videos creep you out. But will we stop? So thanks for being Sofa Squad. Now, let's get back to the cringe.
Here back in the sofa, we ran out of ideas pretty quickly, and we think that this will be good.
I don't know what that means.
Yours. Do you think being part of a community is tough? Because the answer is give us audience.
Sit back, relax, let the awkward begin. Sofa Squad forever, let the weirdness win.
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
So here we are, another day gone, watching the world from our strange little throne. We laugh, we cry, we shuffle along. Sofa Squad forever in this awkward song.
Just like every dawn has a night that goes. Just like every sad song has a cowboy that knows. Every thorn has its rose. Yes, it does.
Hey there, Sofa Squad. We just wanted to say thanks for hanging out with us. And not a phony type of thanks, but the real kind, the awkward kind. Thanks. 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 And for the record, we know AI videos creep you out. But will we stop? So thanks for being Sofa Squad. Now, let's get back to the cringe.
So here we are, another day gone, watching the world from our strange little throne. We laugh, we cry, we shuffle along. Sofa Squad forever in this awkward song.
These guys are so soft, they're barely awake. At this rate, 10,000's a piece of cake. Nice shout out, we're catching the vibe. Did I see Star Wars Christmas? Just a quick pride. John Scared Goat Brown, a legend no doubt. I subscribed from day one, let's give it a shout. Ghetto Pass, they act like we're not poor and proud. Bite your shirt. Torch the Weasel Command. Suzuki Jeeps from the 80s? Those were the brands. The P.O. box is open, don't waste your days. Send us something stupid, it'll amaze. Chris Moose Knuckles, the term you need. Hombre's hair pull, a glorious deed. Drew in the land of furries, a true delight. At the 6-minute mark, it's a magical sight. I've never done shrooms, but it's on my list. Watching this movie be the perfect twist. Thanks, Lep in the Hood, you're such a bro. Corey's the star, he steals every show. Commercials peaked with Puppy Monkey Baby. Your vibe's so weird, it's haunting me lately. Chris is savage, the crowd's going wild. It's disturbing yet charming, your comedy style. Meet Canyon's here, Papa Meat fans unite. I host PTTS parties every week, it's a highlight. The 2 stones, a relic, a sophomor's prize. Babes in toyland, a miracle in disguise. Corey Feldman spoke truth on Sally Jesse. Kyle's perfect pronunciation, it's so impressive. I drank bleach as a kid, almost lost the fight. Didn't like the special? Well, you're Reese, that's right. Like and subscribe or you're just a whore. David Copperfield and Cupertino, that man was pure. Ricky Schroeder kept his name, they called him straight. Two bros roasting life, their bond's first rate. Chewbacca's here, bringing the noise. This channel is pure gold for us 80s boys. How do you still not...
I'm a vampire. Tear me apart.
You said you were fun. What a story.
Kyle.
See, I do work.
Yeah, that was nice. Nice little countdown.
Hey, everybody. It's been a while.
Welcome to the free show. It's a free show. We do the best we can with the money that we have, okay?
And the time.
Yeah.
Time is really... Can you guys hear us okay? Number one, can you hear us okay? But number two, yeah. What happened at 6:30? I wish there was a camera where I could just show you how I want to strangle. Good call. Oh.
But let's be real, it's always been bad.
Thank you, Kyle. Kyle hit that button. It's always been bad. Life happens.
Yeah.
And we adjust. We hope you do too. That's why we try not to give times out. And I'm going to try not to in the future either. So when people go like, what time are you going on live? And I go,
Yeah, no idea.
When we can.
I don't own a clock.
I don't know a clock is going to be the answer to everything.
Yeah,
So-
I don't own a clock.
Oh, I don't own a clock. I don't know a clock.
I don't know.
I don't know o'clock. June-ish o'clock. So yeah, thanks you guys for joining us. It's been a while. Like we were talking about, life happens, and then you react to it. And this is a fun thing that we do together. So this does not take priority in my life or Kyle's life.
No.
When things happen. So that's why it's free.
And just to let everyone know, savor it while you can, because we're going to be busy this next week too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Next week's also very busy. Hey, Sammy. Hey, guys. Yeah. So first things first. Well, thank you, Savik. We have been missed. Also, thanks, dudes. Hey, Scrabble Bees. What's up? I don't know. First things first. We got a package in the mail. There's no music. It's very awkward.
That face, I might want a poster of it. Just so I can remember that for all time.
Yeah. Remember when we did a stupid
Like
YouTube
maybe
show?
I could put that next to my bed so that's what I see when I wake up.
Yeah. You go, oh, that's
That'd be
me.
great.
Yeah. Good. That's good that you can do that.
Dookie Fountain?
Yeah, Dookie Fountain.
So your YouTube show is like an intellectual, like literature, science.
Yeah.
Yeah, us and Dookie Fountain.
Yeah. No, Kadama, you are a mod. You're a mod now. Okay. Yeah, Dookie Fountain. There were some other really funny names. Yeah, this is a Mensa group.
Mensa group, right?
All right.
We need to start using metric time.
8,400?
Right.
What is that even? I don't even know what that is.
There was a Simpsons episode where they switched to a metric clock and it was like all stupid. I laughed so hard.
That's stupid.
So in the mailbox.
Thank you, Aegon 756.
And
Oh,
I can show this part. Internationally tracked and the goddamn King of England on it.
Is that really? It's him?
It's the King of England.
He looks terrible.
Yeah, well, of course he looks terrible. He's already 80 years old. His mom lived to be 100.
Yeah, that's important.
that is too long. Aegon. Is that a Ghostbusters reference?
Oh.
So this is from South Yorkshire, England.
Hello.
And there's a bunch of letters and things that we don't use here in the United States. And it's like,
gibberish.
I feel like there's probably a pipe bomb in here.
Well, it wasn't ticking, so that's the good that we know of. Yeah, go break it.
Shake it and see if you can tell what it is.
It's a macaroni poster someone made that you just
It's
destroyed.
a macaroni. I'm in macaroni lazy face.
All right, open it.
All right.
As I
Yeah, I had to go through customs. I hope it's meth. I can use the money. It's very popular around here. And by that I mean in my house.
all right,
There's a special way to.
just rip it open like a savage. Let's not hide who we are.
I am a savage.
Savage animal. I was going to make that bumper and I haven't yet.
Oh, there's a card.
Whoa. BTTS.
Back to the suture?
That's right. I would fight a bear for you, and then instead of the person's name starting with the B, they put BTTS.
Just the TTS?
Yeah, just the TTS. Not a grizzly, or a brown bear, or a panda. Pandas can still be pretty.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to
Don't do that. But maybe a Care Bear? I'd fight one of those son of a bitches for you. Son of a bitches. Hey, you guys, a bunch of stuff. You'll figure it out. Lol. Keep doing what you do best. Cheers. Ches.
Cheers.
See thee, a proper Yorkshire saying, Simon. Cheers, see thee. Cheers, see thee. Is that how you say that?
If I fucking know.
Anyway, thank you very much.
I don't
Cheers.
talk nerd, all right?
Oh my God.
All right, put it on the shelf of.
On the thing, fight a bear, BTTS. Love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you right here.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on here.
Oh my God.
Superior quality Marvel playing cards from Waddington's.
Waddington.
Yeah, it just sounds like. Can we? I mean, they gave us a gift. Should we say limey?
No, if you don't like them saying, what do they call us?
My friend from France tried to. I would say, "Hey Frenchie," and he'd go, "Hey Yankee."
Yeah,
and
Yankee.
I'd be like, "Yankee? That doesn't do anything to me."
No, they love it. Especially white people. They're like, yeah. Yankee.
It's like calling me a refrigerator. I don't identify as that, so it doesn't mean anything to me.
Cockney. I prefer the Cockney accent too.
I prefer whatever accent Jason Statham has.
Yo, me. I did
Right?
learn that. I heard a funny bit where they go, Jason Statham can say that phrase faster than any human. Go, yo, me.
Yeah.
Yo, me. This is really cool. Marvel playing cards. What is that?
This is
it
a
cat-
bandana,
Cat of Nine Tails?
clippy-on-y thingy.
Do you put that on your belt loop or?
I would like hang it like right here. Maybe I'll clip it on my headphones. Yeah, see?
Okay.
It's like a gypsy cowboy kind of, right?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. You
yeah.
know, and you got to make it. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, now we've got Bulldozer from, that episode of Rock of Love where they drive a bulldozer.
Remember that?
I don't know what this
Lacey
is.
killed a guy and it was hilarious. So it's
We said Lacey, but I thought you said Holly, and I was like, Holly didn't admit to that on the channel. Yeah, Lacey. It is Metal Tech. This will be fun. I'll
him.
build it and I'll put it back there.
Yeah, he loves that shit.
Okay, what's next? Here, figure out what's in here.
All right. It's Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Battle of the Robots.
What version, what universe is this from, Kyle?
I'm
need
going to
to know.
say this is a post-2010 version of Optimus Prime. Oh my God, it actually transforms.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't feel like it.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it would, but here it is, like...
I care that someone sent something in.
Right.
That is all. That's a lot. But that is all.
Yeah, look, it just goes like this, and then it like this, and then you...
See how much joy he gets out of this? Sometimes I envy that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's great. It's good.
Set them up.
I appreciate it. How about that? Thank you for sending something.
Now this is going to be great. I'm going to definitely use this during the Steven Seagal stuff that we're about to do.
What is this? It's new. Hold it up to you. It's a sound box. You gotta really hold it close.
It's really terrible.
That it belongs here. Oh.
It's a burp.
I've missed this.
Oh, this is the pound symbol. Let's see what sound it makes.
Okay, universal.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, they came up with it first. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Thumbs down.
We gotta use that during the show.
All right. So,
all right, I'm feeling better.
I have a 150 watt amplifier in the garage, and I'm gonna put an output on this, and I'll put it through the amplifier.
Yeah, really torture everyone.
Big fucking keyboard amp. That'll be great.
Talk box. That would be really funny for Kyle. Oh, okay. That was good. That was good. Thank you.
Okay, now we've got brick game. Are you kidding me?
Whoa.
We have to battle on this.
It's a one-player game. What are you talking about?
For the high score, you do it back and forth.
Yeah, we'll do. Yep. I hope there's.
Oh, it didn't come with a battery because that would violate international shipping.
Darn.
You know.
Dang it. You know.
Brick. Oh, it's Tetris. That's what it is.
Oh, I do. I love Tetris.
Super.
I like Tetris.
Talking shit. Oh, you know what? The shoes are actually very pedestrian today because these are the ones I wore to work. They're not interesting at all. Although they do have a special feature.
You know what I wanted to know?
Okay, now we're gonna know.
No,
Kyle's got the shoes.
Hold on, I gotta find the button.
Kyle's got the shoes and he's gonna show them all off.
I'm not.
And Chris ain't stoked about it.
I'm not.
That's Kyle.
I was early.
You messed it up.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so this pair is black, but it has, you can see like kind of the yellow around it. And what happens is the more that it flexes, the black wears away and then the yellow starts showing through. So eventually these will be yellow and black.
What?
Yeah.
When you flex it, it gets more yellow.
When it's going to wear away and underneath it's yellow. So the black is like designed to wear away.
Why would you?
And underneath
that?
it's going to be yellow.
It's not going to be uniform though. It's going to.
No, it's not.
It's going to look like scuffs. Like
That's right. That's cool. That's why I got it. I never had a pair that did that, so I tried it. And
you know what? Good. I'm glad you're enjoying.
It's a pedestrian pair of shoes because pedestrians wear shoes.
I'm regretting.
Get
this.
on my level.
I'm regretting. This.
Get on my level. You're not a gypsy cowboy.
You're right. I don't have the hook.
Right.
Okay. What's
Okay. What's left? What's left? So to Chris, the shoes is.
Do not send me Heelys. Okay.
Oh my God! Look at this.
There's a ton of stuff in here. Whoa!
Oh, this is cool because this is a Velcro Goonies patch.
Dude, Goonies never die. I can't zoom in, but in the edit I will. Oh, it's a.
And it's chunk. The skull is like all. Like,
it is chunk.
It's deformed.
Oh.
I was gonna say the R word, but I can't.
Oh, that's so cool, dude. It's a real patch. There's two of them.
There's a lot of stuff going on here.
There's a ton of stuff in here. This is like 10 packages.
Yeah, we're still going.
This is awesome, by the way. Thank you.
This is perfect.
Oh, I want to put this on my beanie. What? Cocaine! Oh my God, it's better than that. We have to get back to mystery, and that douchiness level is now going to be properly shown by the hosts with these.
Okay, so these are
goggles.
steampunk goggles that I will put on the hats right here.
Oh my God. Put it on, yeah.
I'm gonna put it on this one. They're fucking goggles for no reason.
Oh my God.
See, now I'm gypsy cowboy, and I'm like future goggles pickup artist.
Those are sick.
I might just do this forever now.
Make it, steal it and make it.
All he says my likability is improving. Luckily, there's only one data point for that research.
Me.
All right.
So we'll see.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Likability's going up. Is there a thumbs up one?
Oh my God.
We got to figure out a way to get these involved.
There'll be times where we don't want to use words. And we'll just...
Oh, later on when someone calls in, I'll tell you whether I'm interested. Or not. Hey, this is a cool story. Okay, wrap it up.
All right.
And then the very last thing.
Wow, it's the last.
This is metal.
There's still a button right there.
Oh, there's a button that goes on your beanie.
Employee of the month. There's only 2 employees here, and neither of us are it.
I think Chris gets employee of the month.
I refuse.
Okay.
Can you
I'll take it.
Okay. You're employee of the month, Kyle.
I'll give this to my son as a joke. He never does his fucking chores.
Get it out of the books.
This is metal.
Oh, nice.
Ecto 1, New York.
1.
Ghostbusters.
Wow.
What was the... Maybe I can like build a stand for it.
Cool, man.
Dude, this is crazy. This is a
nuts.
Crazy swag box.
Yeah. This was a ton of stuff. I really love the Goonies thing. I want to put that on my too big beanie.
I've never seen anyone that had the guts to do the Goonies like thing with the pirate thing, but then make the deformed chunk head.
Why? He's a person too, and he dies eventually, like everyone else.
Well, yeah.
You think in the sequel, because they're gonna make a sequel, by the way. You think in the sequel that he's gonna be alive? He'd be like 80, and they don't.
He's gonna be the president.
Tariff's good. All right. Yeah, but the
Trump's economy is good. I didn't mean to get political.
Blame everything on the mom from the. Okay. This was Mama.
The Fratellis did it all.
All right. Well,
okay, so this was
much.
amazing from England.
Hello. How's your folder? That's as much as
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
These are all too long.
He has notes on your. Oh.
See, this is the closest that the British can get to a gun.
Yeah. They use swords and stuff.
Yeah, like people like stab each other. It's like, grow up, buy a gun.
Buy a gun. Shoot everyone you can. So.
Wow, that was an amazing hoard of treasure.
We really appreciate that.
And that was really fun. Yeah, it did a bunch of callbacks to stuff we watched, like Rock of Love and Horror School. Where was this?
Charm School.
What is this? Employee of the month? They're not employees.
It's not Horror School.
Oh, they already know how to be whores. That's right.
It's the opposite. Oh my
God. This is a callback to my my soundboard that wasn't that popular.
I'm sending you to Horror School. Yeah, it's Goonies treasure.
Right.
I don't know, Jeff or Jacob. I'm sorry. Who sent it, but we try to keep things anonymous. If that
the person who sent it will chime in, although it's 3 o'clock in the morning over there.
How dare they sleep?
But did they say their screen name?
No, it was just their first name, first and last name, but I don't think they said their first name.
Oh yeah, we don't want to.
Don't send us your last name.
We don't want to dox anybody.
I don't even want to maybe it's too late or I'm tired and I'll say your last name or something.
Neither one of us are able to do that, Kodama.
No, we're not able to do that. What you see is us being tired.
Yeah.
High on life.
Oh, God.
Look real close.
You don't want to see what life does.
Can you see it? Well, so thank you so much, by the way. This was really awesome. It's... All right. I was going to make a joke, but I don't want to do that now. It would have been funny. No, we won't do that.
Oh no!
Anyway, when we're punchy, we are Lyle and Barry. You know what I forgot about? It's been a week or two since we filmed, or like a week and a half.
Like 2 weeks.
Like 2 weeks. I forgot about the dead silence there is between us. Like, you guys watch us and there's, it's quiet, but we play stuff and all that. There's dead silence.
There's a fan in the background.
But we're not speaking. You're right. There's a fan that I hope you don't hear, so it is more like dead silence.
Yeah.
And that's something I forgot about. And I got unused to. It makes me feel anxious.
Can you OD on live?
Dead air.
You can sure try.
Hey, Pew Burrito will be talking with you sooner than later. Might mean you two are entertaining.
Was that enough to monetize? Not enough people watched my Corey video that I spearheaded. So I'm trying to think of other ways to monetize the channel. I just bought a 6-inch Subway, and it would have been nice to get the foot long.
But
hey, Kyle, are you full? I could be fuller.
It does feel good to laugh. Tough times happen to everyone.
This might be my favorite thing ever. It's so terrible. It's from England, but it's from the Shenzhen Jinshilai Electronics Company from Kiyu Street, Shenzhen, Guangdong. It's got a batch code.
Batch. Funny you mentioned, Holly mentions, did we set up the Sofa Stains number yet? We actually did. And how do I get that number out there?
How do you get it out there? Well, let what's their nuts?
Holly?
Call in.
No,
the person that was already going to call?
Pew is going to call during the Steven Seagal thing.
Right.
Should we do the talk to the audience thing now? Because
I think they're too high to talk to us on the phone.
We have a phone.
Let's find out.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to type it into the chat. And if you're not ultra high, then you might be able to get it. This is a phone number it's a Google phone number. So I had to choose a random place in California. In Google, just FYI, I was like, let's, I'll make the phone number, because you can just search by area. And it's like, hey, just choose an area in California and we'll give you a phone number in that. Everywhere was taken. Los Angeles, the Bay Area,
right?
San Jose, San Francisco, where we are. So I just said anywhere in California. So the number is, how did you know? Oh, Pew Burrito's already given it up. 805. So yeah, we're not out there. It's just, this is where it is.
Oh, Ventura. That's by Six Flags Magic Mountain.
I have no idea.
Which is a very nice roller coaster park. They have like 13 roller coasters. It's amazing.
So while we get this started, we can only take one phone call at a time, and we may hang up on you right away because I'm already feeling anxious.
Oh yeah. Get your.
It's a bad idea.
I'm gonna be doing live commentary on whether I want you to.
And then I haven't figured out.
Yeah, I know it's Santa Clarita. I've been there like 4 times.
Yeah, bro. Let's see.
Yeah, this is a great bad idea. This is why I came up with the idea. It's the same thing as the mailbox.
He did. Okay, let me copy this.
Then you're on the Santa Clarita diet. You're eating people.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll put the 1. This is so exciting. Oh, wait a minute. Well, okay. Let's.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Who does care, right? If this doesn't work, like, who cares, really?
It's a free show.
I keep forgetting that, Like, part of me is just like, this has to be good, and we have to. no downtime and be good.
What if somebody compares this to the Jerry Lewis telethon? What if I'm not phone banking the way NPR would?
Yeah, we're not going to send you an umbrella. Okay, here is the number. What have we done? What are we doing, Kyle?
Pick up the phone, dial some numbers. Say stuff. It's time to talk to the audience.
I made this yesterday.
Because this is a great idea. Kyle will somehow make it about him.
We're sorry. You've reached a number that has been disconnected
What is
or
your
is no longer
problem?
in service.
We have a phone call.
Dookie Fountain.
Hello there. Who is this?
To accept, press 1.
Oh, my
to
bad.
send a voicemail.
I'm new to this.
2.
We have our first phone caller ever. Who is on the line?
This is Dookie Fountain.
Dookie Fountain.
Dookie Fountain.
Spraying us with your presence.
This is a boomer moment. Thank you so much for calling. I don't know why I'm thanking you. What's going on?
Well, now my life is complete because I have spoken to my 2 heroes.
That's so sad.
No, but thank y'all for entertaining us all the time. Seriously.
I
Well-
don't want compliments. How do I do
Yeah, Chris doesn't take compliments well, but I do. So you're so very welcome that I sprayed all of my talent all over the audience. And, I'm actually surprised that your name is Dookie Fountain because usually
It's a gross guy.
it would be a gross guy is what I assumed.
that looks like us.
So is there some other meaning of Dookie or is it just like, is it diarrhea?
Okay, we live in a really bad neighborhood,
Uh-huh.
and the sewer always comes up out of our sidewalk, and I walk by all the time, and I told my friend, I go, look, we have a Dookie Fountain, and that kind of became my name.
All right, Dookie Fountain. Thank you so
Dookie
much.
Fountain,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you for
We're moving
calling.
on. Take care. I don't know how to. Goodbye.
That was fine.
Thank
Right?
you.
Yeah, it was great.
We had other calls. I'm sorry, guys. I don't plan this shit out. I didn't plan anyone actually calling in. Call in again.
Somebody else waste our time.
While you're waiting, I spent a lot of time on this. So it's that was a real interesting story. I did not anticipate anything close to that. This is terrible.
About him.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer
Hello.
in service. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what is your screen name? Please do not dox yourself on here.
Oh, no, it's Matt M. Kerwin. I came as Sofa King today.
Ah,
Oh, hey, cool. Thank you.
You guys are the best. I'm from New York. I just got into the unobservable universe thanks to Kyle.
hey.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Dude, I clean my house. I clean my pizza. I take my kid to school and stuff.
While listening to him?
You guys all night long with you guys' requests.
That's great.
Like playlist. And I gotta say, becoming a Sofa King, as a retired Newburgh police officer,
Wow.
and dude, I feel like a hefe. Like, dude, this is like a. You guys, like I said, you have your pulse on something great. Keep it up because it's catching on.
Well, usually the police don't have that opinion about me, so that's great.
Well,
You guys, dude, it's gonna be like 100,000 soon.
I don't know. I don't know if we even want that. But thank you so much.
That was close to a compliment. That's why Chris didn't like it.
And dude, guys, keep it up, man, and bring on the cigar.
We will.
It's my millennium.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I don't know how to hang up. Goodbye.
Well, usually the police, when they call me, they have different stuff to say.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, where were you on the night? Swear to me.
I've spoken with police. I made a prank phone call one time, and they came to my house and were like, "Hey, did you make this prank phone call?" And I said, "Yes." Okay, next up. They said, "Don't do it again."
You got called for a prank phone call?
They came to my house.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was really scary. I was like 14.
How did they know you were Mexican? That they could just come to your house.
Where the hell is Michael J. Fox? Okay, hello. Is someone, did I mess up? Is someone on hold?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
What is your screen name, username, whatever? Don't dox yourself. What's that? Say your joke again. Oh, hello. What was okay?
Call from.
Don't say your name. By the way, when it says call from, just say your username. We don't need to.
Right.
Hello.
Jacob Mehoff.
I say Mayhoff.
Yeah, I know Jack Mayhoffer. Do you know him?
I know Jack Mayhoffer. How's it going?
No, it's Jacob Mehoff. My full name.
You're more serious than I thought you would be. I gotta say, that's a little.
Wait, isn't this the guy that roused me up with on the fucking chat?
I guess so.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, good.
Is Kyle's talking about his ego yet?
There you go. You got a thumbs up from Chris. Come on. We did not plan this out too much further. What's something that you would like us to watch or react to that isn't Corey fucking Feldman?
I think I've put it in the chat, all the things that I've thought of, really.
I barely read.
The Steven Seagal is a great idea, though. Are we doing that tonight?
We are. In fact, I made a list of stuff and some bumpers, and I am excited to punch down on someone finally.
We're punching down on Steven Seagal.
I am.
I don't know as many slaps and kicks as he does.
All right. What's that?
No, the one thing I did think of, I put it in the Facebook, was small town security. I think Holly might have.
Federation's doing.
Thank you, Federation. Oh yeah, small town. You know, I did look up the trailer for that, and we may check it out. It's definitely a slower, nicer show, and that's okay. We don't need to go into territories of like the P. Diddy stuff and all that all the time. So
people get buried up to their necks and baby oil.
That's right. So we may take a look at the first episode.
They're just hilarious characters.
All right. Appreciate it. I don't know how to wrap this up, but thank you.
Thanks for calling, Jacob.
I'm sorry. Goodbye. I feel really bad hanging up on everybody. I don't know how to end that.
Why don't you empower yourself with it for once?
No, that's wrong.
Call from.
Don't say your name.
Hey.
Hello.
Sorry, it's me again.
Oh, hey.
By the way, I can relate to you guys paying with the police, but that's just dickheads. My main question is, by the way, I never did a DWI. I drove everybody home. I got him a taxi.
Oh, okay.
Never did a UPM. Never busted anybody for drugs because I knew it was a disease. And I would just like to ask, because I'm a student, stupid, how do I make a donation? Can you guys walk me through the process?
You know,
I'd like to get some merch, too.
There's a link to the merch in the channel description, and
Sorry, Dookie.
On the Facebook or on the YouTube? I'm sorry.
On the YouTube in the channel description.
But we,
guys, I'm sorry for calling again. I feel like a jackass.
No, it's okay.
No,
This is general knowledge that everyone can use.
Yes, and believe me.
By the way, I was totally kidding about that Brett thing with taking the bandana. I hope you knew that. I just wanted to say I'm not a weirdo, you know.
Well, we are.
I mean, I think everybody here has to be a weirdo.
We do. We all do. I hide it better than Kyle, but we do.
But you guys get it. You guys get us, and we get you.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Holly, thank you for.
We're all part of this Generation X.
Okay, so the merch link is in the chat right now. The merch link is right there, and
Cool beans.
All right.
Knock yourself out.
Try to refrain from calling again.
I don't really. It's fine.
I don't want to be annoying.
It's all good.
I don't want to be blocked.
I'd have to figure out how to do it. Thank you very much. I'm going to hang up. So sorry.
Okay, bye.
Call from.
Erroneous.
To accept, press 1.
I did press 1. Erroneous.
I'm erroneous. I was in the forest. I was.
Hey, What time is it where you're at? You sound tired.
Guys.
You sound more tired than us.
Oh God, it's 10:30. It's not too bad.
That's actually not bad. Yeah, that's not terrible. Well, the older I get, the more I want to sleep.
I feel the same way. I'm not as old as you guys, though.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Why do you care about Kyle's shoes so much? Is it just a giant troll?
No, I'm not a shoe fetish. I promise. It's definitely not a shoe fetish. I just got much respect for his shoe collection. He's a sneakerhead like me.
Well, not everyone can buy 100 pairs of sneakers for no fucking reason.
Dookie, this does sound like prison phone calls. I'm not going to lie. That's fine, though. We need all the...
Oh, that's our new thing, prison phone calls.
Prison phone calls. That's where it's at, guys.
Look, fans are fans. Sick of this discrimination.
For sure.
So,
I don't know how many of these people do murders.
You guys got to start tearing apart more movies.
Oh, so you want more movies and less horrible, crappy reality show episodes?
Yeah, dude. Toxic Avenger,
That's a
The
good one.
Last Dragon. Let's get into
Last Dragon.
bad movies a little more.
Oh, yeah, The Last Dragon's on our list.
Thomas, Quentin Tarantino better not be lurking. It'll destroy his already fragile brain. Michelle is watching from a prison contraband phone. All right, well, thank you,
women's
Erroneous. We're
prison.
going to get to Steven Seagal pretty soon. We're just going to answer a few more phone calls, and then
Yeah.
Sure, it's always a pleasure, my friend.
That's
All right.
what we're
I'll
doing.
always reach out when I can.
Appreciate
All right.
it. Take care. Brush your hair.
You got that glow. That's so glow.
Maybe I'll just say that from now on. Take care. Brush your hair. By the way, that
That's
was
our
good.
thing.
I know I don't have anything else. I feel pressured.
We don't say goodbye. We say, take care, brush your hair.
Yeah.
And usually it's, take care, brush your hair.
Take care. Brush your hair.
Take care, brush your hair.
Wow, that was
Hey, this segment,
was money. Stop hitting that button.
we got $5 to not talk to us.
WWF said, "Don't talk to me."
Right. No, exactly. And
Yeah.
I wish more people would be on that side of this equation.
All right, let's take 3538. Whoa, I don't even. You should not be saying their phone number.
No, you
anyway,
should not.
it's from I don't know where this is from. Is my point.
Oh, it's probably Afghanistan or some shit.
Hello. I can hear us.
Hello?
Hello, this is Chris, and well, you know who you were calling, right?
It's Peter.
Yeah, this is Kodama.
Kodama.
Oh, Kadama.
Wow, you're a real human.
It's hard to believe.
I am a real human, and I have a message from my older heart.
Oh shit. What note was that, Kyle?
It was an interval. Let me hear it again.
Here, let's play it again. We're
Okay.
we're demanding you do.
Oh, that's F sharp, flat, minor, major, flat 9, sharp 11, flat 13.
All right.
That's right, it's all of them, because
Yeah.
I'm holding the phone with one hand,
Oh, that's
so I
cheating.
can't play the other harp right now.
Well, Kodama, how did you find us, and why do you stay? I'm serious.
Well, why do I say? You know why I say. You know, I can't say anything, but I don't have the choice. You know, I'm forced to stay.
Stick to the script. Stick to the.
Chris doesn't understand that he's an F-level celebrity.
Just blinking really hard, but I'm on the phone, so no one can see my blinks.
That's enough. We practiced this for hours. That's a thumbs down. Oh.
How I got here was Bret Michaels.
Oh, I love it.
She can't hear that on the. All right. Anyway,
It's
we'll
for
work this
me.
out. It's for Kyle.
I
You're right.
actually could hear that.
Oh, you heard that?
But
It's
you know, I don't
ridiculous.
want to be too greedy, so I'm going to let other callers come.
All right.
All right.
Face right now.
All right. Take care. Brush your hair. Thank you, Kodama, and thank you for being a mod. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
What time is it? Whereabouts you
Sorry,
are?
Sofa Stains.
No, she said bye sofa stains and hung up.
She hung up on me. Big timed.
Yeah, she
Kodama
big timed your ass.
Big timed me, dude. That's cool. You know, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, I thought we were.
Familia for life.
Oh my God. This was a lot of fun, actually. Oh my God. What I didn't figure out was how to stop this.
Oh, you'll have to disable it.
I didn't think. I thought one person would call. Hello, who is this?
It's Holly Friendly.
Holly.
Holly.
Velkomen.
Hey.
I feel like you know our secrets, but you don't. So it's weird talking to you.
It's as it should be.
Well, Holly.
There's a delay on my computer. So
Oh, okay.
I have you on mute.
So tell me, I'm curious. How did you find us, and why do you stay?
I have no idea. I feel like the Corey algorithm probably dragged me in somehow.
Fair. That's fair.
Because now my algorithm's totally fucked up. So why do I stay? I don't know. For the shoes.
That's why you burp. Why are you doing the burp sound?
That's why she stays.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
For the shoes and the free Nintendo game.
Did you send her the other?
Yeah, I did. She said in the chat that she was stuck on level 7 of Mario.
Mario 3.
I've never even played that game.
You never played Mario?
Not Mario 3.
That's a good game.
I played Mario 1. No, I don't have a player anymore.
That got sad.
I used to have like 3 of those. I had 2 Segas. I had a bunch of stuff. I gave it all away when I moved to the big city.
Wow. Great story. So, what is something that you would like to see in the future from us? Non-Corey related, because we'll get to that no matter what.
I think I'm all set with the Corey stuff.
Yeah, I think we are too.
You need to revisit one of my playlists. You have choices. I'm going to start writing shit down because you never remember what we say we're going to do.
I don't, and to be fair, I don't remember anything. So, like, I have a lot going on. So when I write stuff down, I either remember it or I don't.
All right, I'm going to start like a Google Doc or something.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling. We are going to get to the Steven Seagal segment, and thank you very much for being with us for so long.
It's the tiniest fucking applause I've ever heard in my life.
That's fine. That's great. For so long, and for
Hi, chat. Everyone's talking in the chat. Hi.
the moderator. Take care. Brush your hair. Adios.
Bye.
Hasta linguiça.
I don't know if that's racist or not.
Is linguiça Portuguese?
I barely know.
Hasta carnitas.
Yeah, there you go. It does sound like popcorn. I don't disagree. Kyle loves this. He loves really bad stuff like that.
Soundboards are the best. They just give me this feeling like.
Okay. Now, I'm going to disable that. So.
But what about P Burrito?
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're in big trouble.
I mean, this is cool, right? We're chill. This doesn't need to be perfect.
Oh, Crystal, somebody sent me this in the mail from England by way of China.
Okay.
It's the best.
So, thank you guys so much. That was a lot of fun. I think we can kind of do that as a regular segment.
Yeah.
I guess I could put it into voicemail mode. Yeah, you're right, Angelique. Okay. So, it's time to finally punch down on a celebrity. Why do I say that? Because who we are talking about thinks they're some kind of karate master.
Yeah.
Believes they can sing well.
Yeah.
Play instruments well.
No.
Has crazy hair that we're supposed to think is real and natural. Must be on something. And it's not Corey Feldman.
Yeah, right?
You know who I'm talking about, Kyle?
Yes. Jeff Goldblum.
Close. Not really. We are talking about
Steven fucking
He's sitting down and shooting.
He was sitting down and shooting. Yeah, that's a little taste.
I was going to make a joke that we're punching down because he can't stand up without...
So what makes this so different from other channels that have been talking about Steven Seagal for decades now?
Yeah.
Nothing.
We are 10 years late to every trend, and we're not afraid to do it again and again.
No. I don't care if we're late. It's between us and you guys are watching us do stuff. So there are plenty of channels out there that do like all of his movies and like cover him, like people cover Kyle and Corey.
People cover Kyle?
People cover Corey. You try saying that as you're thinking and speaking at the same time.
Popular people cover.
Exactly. So, but what makes this different is it's us two talking about him. And by the way, like I try to be neutral in a lot of ways with, like Corey and other people and Screech and that. Seagal has proved himself to be exactly who he is. And I like to tell it as it is. So let's get started.
I'm going to honestly react to what's on the screen.
You damn well better. So, of course, when you double click on here, it does.
Is that JD Vance on the right-hand side?
No.
It's not a political channel.
Hang on, let me adjust this. I don't like the way how far down that is. No.
Can you click the right thing?
So stupid. How's that? Better? Okay.
He's going to fight multiple opponents.
No, this is simply a way to let you know how crazy out of shape he is and how much he actually tries to portray that he is a black belt in anything. Look at the shoes.
They're great.
By the way, this is Sambo players in Russia because no one else will do this for him.
Right.
He is really demonstrating what he thinks is martial arts. This is
Makba.
That none of this is. All right, we're gonna get into this because I am a fighting style enthusiast, right? Like I'm into MMA, I'm into stuff like real stuff and the art of martial arts. So it doesn't have to, it could be any kind of martial arts that's not even meant to be in a cage or in a real fighting style.
Right. So Chris can analyze fighting videos. I can analyze motorsport and racing videos. And when you watch any of our videos on those two subjects, we speak from a place of study and respect. And I love the comments on our fighting videos where everyone is saying, the guy on the right or whoever I am, has no idea what he's talking about and shouldn't be speaking, but the other guy seems to know what he's talking about. And I'm like, yes, okay, so you get it. Yeah. And it's pretty easy to tell that Steven is not... Come on. Come on.
Like, none of this... This is painful in some regards. Look, he steps on his hand.
I know.
That doesn't mean it. What? All right, we're going to move past this, but I just.
The opponents are acrobatic. I like that.
The opponents, just like in movies, the stuntmen, they make you look great, and that's what these guys are doing right here. And as you can see, all the people, whether they're doing it out of respect or fear from Putin, I don't know, but. No one's moving, no one's clapping, and I'm sure all those young boys are questioning the reality of what they're seeing because it is not based in this reality where fighting actually happens.
I want to hear you talk more about young boys.
So, let's keep moving on. This is awful. And it gets worse because did you know that Seagal has his own thoughts on who started the war?
Oh, well, this is why he was in Russia.
Look how oversized he is.
Order of Friendship Award.
That means you won't be poisoned this month.
Does this guy run out of breath when he's trying to pick up shoes off the ground to show people on camera?
This war that we are currently embroiled in.
Is he reading from a flip phone?
Started and financed by the West.
Oh, it's that.
The fold.
The entire world.
Do I have to point out, guys? Do I have to point out?
Is he at gunpoint?
Look at his hair.
That is.
I know we're used to it, but look at the hair.
I mean, I feel like the goatee is a wig too.
It's very Eddie Munster. And this isn't the 60s or 70s when they filmed that. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. He's in public. He's reading off. That's not his phone. I know he doesn't know how to use that phone.
Yeah, that's not his.
Evil. All religions, all nations, and all people should unite instead of being controlled and fooled by the monster of fake press. We need to educate and illuminate all those who cannot see what is really happening.
All right, great start. This is not how I wanted this to go.
That is amazing.
Do you still...
Now, how about some interviews?
You still dangerous?
Many people consider me, you know, one of the great masters in my...
Okay, another thing. He's talking to Ariel Helwani, I believe his name is. He was one of the first real journalists to cover MMA and try to be taken seriously, ask real questions, be real about stuff before anyone really took MMA that seriously. So he was a pioneer in that. I know he looks like a scrawny little dude, and he is, but journalistically he was on point, still is to this day. And he knows exactly who this is. And by the way, what happened to that wicked V on his head?
Yeah, it is different, isn't it?
Anyway, this is around the time when he was wearing those stupid glasses that he was going around in MMA saying that he trained Anderson Silva and some of the best real champions of MMA in the current time. Anderson Silva was one of the greatest ever, saying he taught him kicks and he taught him things.
Well, it's like how I taught you video stuff. And like I would, go and be like, hey, Chris, why don't you try this? And then, you got better at it.
Black shirt, gone off the rails again, I bet.
We have to watch the whole thing. I'm sorry, guys.
There's no kill button.
I can't stop it.
But let's be real, it's always been bad.
On field.
You slapped him pretty well at one point, too. The crowd was like, oh, Steven.
Yeah, I just, the guys that I'm...
It gets better. This gets better, by the way.
They're championship belts, world championship belts, because they've attributed that to me and me teaching them, so I still know a thing or two.
Where'd you teach that? Where'd you learn that?
Where did I learn it? Well, I learned it,
So I want you to really pay attention to when he speaks like this.
Let's look at the body language and the cadence of his explanation.
And the eyes. I want you, because this is how a terrible liar who resorts to violence and being a bully, this is what they do when they run out of brain power.
Where'd you teach that? Where'd you learn
Look
that?
at his eyes.
Where did I learn it? Well, I learned it, sort of a variation of that in Japan probably 30 or 40 years ago, and I've been perfecting it all these years. It's not exactly karate, it's just something that I created.
It's something that he created.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Miyagi dojo, like they have their own thing where they, they wax cars and they paint fences and then they're invincible at karate.
Yeah. I hope this isn't a long episode. It's feeling long.
30 years ago, or 30 years, 35 years ago, I don't know. Long time ago, and worked for the last 35 years or so to perfect it.
What?
I've been doing the martial arts for almost 50 years, and I'm getting better.
Joe Rogan said it was his best performance.
Oh, well, okay.
Are you not a Joe Rogan fan?
I'm a fighter. I fought all my life. Right before he walked out, I said,
By the way, he has no real fighting credentials. Like I don't know if his real tournaments, there's no footage of him in actual, maybe there was one in life when he was young and he had strangely a lot less hair. But there's nothing that is like definitive about there is no fight record.
Based on the questions and the answers, I don't think he knows how to fight anything. Like, I've watched Steven Seagal movies where he was like a badass and doing movie stuff. I think he fights like Corey Feldman dances.
He made it up.
He just made it up. Yeah. Like he watched a video and he was like, yeah, if I go like this, it'll look cool.
Yeah. And then he just kept on with the lies. And then when he doesn't have enough hair dye, he wears a hat.
Stay.
That's called a J.
First 2-3 minutes. just kind of get him frustrated and then fake low and come high and do that kick that I've been teaching you and kick him in the head.
This is what he just said. He's taking credit for Anderson Silva front kicking Vitor Belfort in the face, which was an amazing move, amazing stuff, just a crazy moment. No, he did not teach him anything like that. It's a front kick. It happens in life. Just nobody was using it.
Okay. So when you're cutting the video, you want to do Apple C and then Apple B. And then sometimes you do Apple C, Apple X, and then you do Apple V. And then you get the clip.
Yeah, it's good.
And you can like make up like that.
Put those goggles on when you talk.
And, you know, I was screaming at him, and I think he heard me. I was screaming at him. I said, do the kick, do the kick. You know, at that time, I really started working hard on that kick with him. Yeah. But, you know, with Machida-kun, because his wife is a little closer to mine, we worked on a lot of stuff. Well, Mr. John is a little bit of a friend of mine, and
he's now talking about John Jones, perhaps the greatest MMA fighter ever. Supremely talented, skilled, and masterful at almost everything except his personal life. That's not a dig. He actually has a lot of personal problems.
Hey, like me.
Like all of us. But he'll be calling in soon. But
I love back to the sofa, and also I'm great at fighting.
Hey, I got to beat this guy up and ditch my car when I do it. But in no way, shape, or form did anyone anywhere near a Steven Seagal teach him anything. He's a savant. He can learn it's like him learning a language by hearing it in the background somewhere. He doesn't learn.
Oh, like that episode of Voyager where they meet the guy and he just like hears you for 5 minutes so you can speak the language.
Exactly. Let's keep it coming.
I think he's a very talented young man. Right now, Anderson is perfect. He's in great shape.
All right, we get the idea of like what is going on with his brain. Here is an example of him.
One more.
Showing Alex Pereira.
Look at the peak.
It is crazy. This is him older. Look at his belly, dude. That's Alex Pereira. He's one of the greatest ever right now. So versatile. A K1 kickboxer champion, UFC champion, and he's trying to teach him something.
Right. No, this is good.
How long do you keep your hand on his face?
Give you one more.
Look at the belly, dude. This is ridiculous.
So sometimes if you want to press play on a video, you can use K instead of the space bar.
Yeah. That's good. That's good to know.
This is the same.
Now here is what happens when he shows Anderson Silva a move, and then immediately after, the team makes fun of him. That's Anderson Silva in the black right there. So he's doing that. That's a completely unrealistic thing to do in MMA.
Right.
And now this is his look. That's supposed to be Seagal on the left. Laughing their asses. That is the reality of what he's carrying around. But you know what's interesting is not so much. Oh yeah, I think I showed that one.
Yeah.
But it's not so much what he says and does, but how others take him in. Let's hear from John Leguizamo.
What happens on the set stays on the set. Why do you want to? Why do you engage in this tell-all about some of those people?
Well, I mean, I'm not doing it just to be a gossip, just to do that kind of thing. I mean, I'm hoping that it all adds up and there's a point to it, and that I'm also guilty of some of these conflicts. Because you're an artist. I mean, or you picture yourself as being an artist, and you want to go out there and do.
All right, let's get to it.
I heard. You're talking about, yeah.
I got cease and desist letters. No.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, I don't want to hurt people's feelings just for the executive decision, okay? I'm playing.
There's a movie called Executive Decision, which had Kurt Russell, Seagal, and Leguizamo played a small part. Yeah, it wasn't a great movie. It's okay. It came out at the same time that Air Force One did with
Harrison Ford.
So it's kind of like one of those. Yeah. Pew Burrito knows. And so he's in the film, and it's sort of ensemble-y. It's not like a Steven Seagal vehicle.
Okay.
So when Leguizamo's talking about this, there's a bunch of people, that are on set.
Master Sergeant, and we come in for rehearsals, and he comes in. I'm in command. Say his law. Anybody doesn't agree, and And I was like, I started cracking up because he sounded like a retard. And he came up and he taekwondo'd my ass against the brick wall. He went, he's 6'5" and caught me off guard, knocked all the air at me. I was like, why? What I really wanted to say is how big and fat he is, how he runs like a girl, because he does. But I didn't, because all I could say was, why?
Right. I see. Now you're turning people against you because you're calling Steven Seagal all kinds of names.
But why'd he slam me against the wall?
Well, he shouldn't have done that. Yeah.
We were rehearsing.
Yeah.
What's the big deal?
Yeah, but we don't need to call him names, right?
Yeah, why not?
You're looking at me like, why? Like I'm crazy. All right. So
I
get it.
can't let it out. It's going to build into a cancer.
It's a good thing
What's
you're
the
letting
Love
it out.
Doctor or the other one, Doctor?
Professor Love. Yeah.
Professor Love.
All right, that was a really tame version of that because I think he was on like Howard Stern or something, and he talked about it, and it was like he was pretty pissed off. Think about like the reality of that, and the idea that Leguizamo is coming out and telling the story year after year.
Yeah,
actors keep stuff to themselves because they want to keep getting roles, and
he's not worried about that Steven Seagal backlash.
No. And for him to do that to a guy, especially like Leguizamo, he's what, 5'6", 5'7"?
Yeah.
Small guy. And to do that on set in front of other people is...
it's punk move.
It's a huge punk move for anyone, let alone like someone who thinks that they're some kind of fighting master and who like finds chi and
right.
all sort of horseshit. We'll get
also,
to that
I'm
too.
easily provoked.
Seagal is known for hurting his stuntmen. So the things he does choreography-wise, he actually purposely goes out of his way to hurt people, break their wrists, their ribs, injure their backs, just hit them in the face as hard as he can so that he looks his best on camera when that doesn't even matter. The best way to do things on camera is not to do it for real all the time. That's why they had to tell Bruce Lee to slow down.
Right.
And you know who says this better than I? The real deal. Michael Jai White, I think it's Jai, I'm sorry if it isn't, is a real deal martial artist. He, as an actor, he hasn't been in a lot, and I'd say he's
I've seen him in some stuff.
But he's been in more B-movie-ish kind of stuff. But he's a hell of a guy. He comes across very well on interviews and stuff, and this is through decades. He was Spawn, which Spawn, the movie, was amazing. It still is a good movie. And he is still to this day, jacked martial artist. He is physically jacked, and he has all the skills that he makes him as dangerous as he can be at his age. So when he says this, pay attention.
One of my members, freaking Pedro, he actually brought this up to ask you. He said there's an old story about Jean-Claude Van Damme calling out Steven Seagal to a real fight after Steven was talking crap to him at Sylvester Stallone's house party. And they claimed that Steven backed down and left, and then Jean-Claude Van Damme went and found him at a bar somewhere and challenged him again, and Steven backed down again. You ever heard the story? And you worked with Van Damme as well.
Yeah, I worked with Van Damme, yeah.
Okay. Based on Van Damme and Seagal, based on your familiarity with both of them, can you see something like this happen?
Yes, absolutely.
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 Okay.
Yep. Van Damme's not afraid to spar people. He sparred me back with when we were doing what's the name of the damn movie? Universal Soldier.
Yeah.
I was in the first one.
Yeah.
I don't remember work out together. And he had no real fear. Which was a trip because he's the lead, and I was still competing at the time. But I never cheap shot anybody. We were working out really. We had fun working out together. But he would spar, and so he had timing and everything, and I know he wouldn't have any kind of fear. He knew how to.
All right, let's get to.
So Jean-Claude Van Damme actually knows how to fight.
What ring would he have ever been in? Who Seagal has ever had to block able to fight people? I don't think Steven Seagal has ever had to block a punch toward his face. Who would have done it? Who would have been punching at him? What ring would he have ever been in?
So
it's but the layman always holds up like you got to be a real fighter. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. David Carradine doesn't have to fight nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Steven Seagal is. I don't know why he puts that upon himself. Like he has to try to legitimize himself as a fighter. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, and I looked it up.
I feel like he's holding back.
I have another clip where he also lets his hair down a little bit more. I should show that.
I think Steven Seagal really knows that there's never going to be. He can challenge anybody. There's never going to be a instance where they're going to they're going to face each other
in an actual fight between Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Who would you give it to?
If Jean-Claude Van Damme. Anybody.
Barry and Kyle could kick that guy's ass.
As far as in my estimation, you would beat him just like you probably beat David Carradine if you really fight.
Well, yeah, David Carradine's dead.
When would he have fought somebody?
Yeah.
When would be the instance where somebody's trying to kick the shit out of Steven Seagal in a match? And who would that be? If that person who tried to kick Seagal or tried to fight him or that sparred with Seagal, if that ever happened, we would know who that person would be.
Yeah, right?
There's no way that happens. So here's a guy.
Yeah, so like that's an instance of let's do Van Damme. Van Damme dancing. This guy would kick the crap out of him.
Oh, yeah.
This is a full scene.
Oh, it's terrible.
That's exactly right.
Steven Seagal, he's like so full of shit that he has to be like, oh yeah, I'm the spirit of wind and all. It's like, dude, just be a movie star. That's okay.
I wish I had that
problem. The problem I had when I really flared toward him is that he was hurting the stunt guys. And one of my very good friends, a guy named James Liu, and another friend named Nils Stewart, who were nice people, but he would make it a point to like kind of even off camera do things like wrench their arms. He actually tore Nils's bicep for no reason, just to and.
Well, how was he afterwards? Was he apologetic or?
The next day he was.
Oh, but right after he wasn't.
Oh, do you remember a guy named Alex Desir? He was a like Alex Desir was puppy dogging Seagal, right?
I don't know what that means.
And I wasn't doing that.
Oh, taking it easy on him, maybe.
What he was doing. He actually asked me to be on Deadly Ground. He says, yeah, we're going to do this fight scenes are going to be, you and I. And I was like, oh, okay. He asked me, I remember I met with him and he wanted to hire me and we were in the parking lot talking about it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then when I get to set, I find out the parameter of what the movie's about. And it's about these white people in Alaska mistreating the natives. And this fight was going to be at a country western bar. And I said, okay, wait a second. No,
what am I doing here?
You want me to do a martial art fight scene with you but I'm fighting on the side of racist white people.
Yeah.
In a country western bar in Alaska. And I said, why don't you throw a yarmulke on me?
All right, anyway. As time goes on, he gets more and more loose. But the idea is that Seagal,
do a clown nose.
Through the years, I don't know if he's gotten worse or just gotten more exposure for all of his stuff. But Russia's not helping by empowering him. In fact, Pew, if you want to give us a call now, there's other stories from other people, and it's not just fighters, but like Michael Jai White, he knows all the stuntmen. All these great actors that are action stars know stuntmen and stuff because they're partners for months.
Yeah.
You're doing fight choreography. You're not supposed to hurt each other. That's the whole point. It's a movie. You're supposed to make it look as good as possible, but not hurting each other. And now that, hold on one sec.
Call from.
No. So we have an actual viewer, one of our stains, you're a stain, I guess, sorry, that volunteered to give us a story that he heard from a friend. So take this as however you want. I prefer that you just take it as a fun story. And
Voice from beyond, tell us your story.
Yeah, tell us your story of Steven Seagal and what you've heard.
Mid-90s, Robert Zemeckis contact, filming at an Air Force base, High Desert. I was an extra in that, my friend was.
Oh, nice.
There's this weird guy walking around, and he's just, looks like he's interviewing people or something, and it turns out he's recruiting for his casting agency, which is a no-no. You don't do that on another set for another movie.
Right.
I didn't know that at the time. I was just out of high school, staying with my friend. We were young, dumb, and naive, so we got with him. Just call him Victor. Won't use last names or anything.
We don't need, you wouldn't need it.
Yeah, this guy said he knew Steven Seagal, and he was one of his producers, a good friend of him, and all this stuff, and he could get us all these movie parts, and boy, would he introduce us to all these people. All he needed us to do was help him run his casting agency.
What?
So,
As you do, as an extra.
Yeah, yeah. Sound like kind of a win-win, and as time went on, stuff got creepier and weirder.
Yeah.
You know, I could probably write a book from this, but I'm just going to give you guys the short and sweet bullet point kind of stuff.
Okay.
I thought he was homeless, and why did we have to drive him around? And working production for him consisted of taking him to Vaughn's so he could buy groceries and taking him to meetings and stuff. I'm going to get to the Steven Seagal part, but it's all connected from this guy and this casting agency. I'm just looking at my notes here to gather my thoughts. The only parts he ever even brought up that he could help us with was we were going to be in Mortal Kombat 2.
No.
I would stick around. It's a horrible movie, but I would still stick around to be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never happened. He just sort of dangled that in front of us.
Of course.
He took us to some industry party, October Films Kushner Walk, like an independent kind of thing. I didn't meet anybody. We were there. The nitty-gritty of the creepiness, he made a contract with me and my friend that said if we ever made it big, he would get 10% of all our earnings. But the the supposed benefit was the same for him. If he made some big, huge, multi-million-dollar production, we would all get 10% of that. We would share it with him.
Yeah, sure.
No, okay.
Sure, yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, I regretted making that, and I'll tell you how that ended up. But basically, he demanded me and my friend find investors for his Valor Medal of Honor project, HBO. I guess Seagal was going to be in it, and we landed a big investor. We get 10%, and they started getting really aggressive. He told us to go to some rich doctor's house in my town, demand a business meeting. I told him I know a church and a youth pastor. He said to me, this is Victor, if I'm not willing to camp outside that pastor's house and threaten to crucify his children upside down unless he let us use the church's gym for his casting agency with Seagal, then of course I'm not a serious actor, and I don't want to make it in Hollywood unless I was willing to do stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's how a lot of people get started in the business.
Doesn't shock me. That's how Kyle got the job here. So how did we get to? Go ahead. How did we get to Seagal?
Seagal, this is the casting agency, and what we were going to do is we were going to find very young, hot blondes.
All right.
And we were going to sign them up in this agency. We had our first meeting was at Carl's Jr., by the way. I met one of the girls. I met her mom. This girl was not in college yet, so you can go with that. At that point, I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, but it didn't feel right. So I started putting things together, and basically, it sounded to me like this casting agency was going to be a front for Seagal and for Victor and for the other men. And my job and my friend's job was just basically, we were kind of, young 20-something, nice-looking guys, friendly. We were sort of like, to get people to let their guard down and interview them and stuff, sign them up, and then introduce them to these guys.
Yeah.
I never met with one single male ever.
It's a grooming agency.
For casting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is.
I'll wrap this up, but everything blew up. I got tired of being strung along. My friend didn't for some reason. My friend stayed with Seagal. He was in Seagal's house. He worked with Seagal on some sort of parade or something around 1998, 99. He was with him for 3 years. He never got a single part or role in anything. But he just ran their errands and just did whatever, hoping that something would happen.
That checks out.
As a lot of, that's how they con a lot of kids.
I finally got this Victor guy on the phone, and I begged him to let me out of this contract, and he screamed and yelled and threatened, and he said his Hell's Angels that he's friends with will come after me, and if he ever saw me in person, I better watch out, etc.
Yeah.
And the last thing he said to me in a quiet, mellow voice, he said, "I let you out of the contract," and he hung up.
Okay.
This guy was banned by the Inland Empire Film Commission
All right.
for working anywhere in the California high desert because of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I want it.
My friend, he and I had a falling out
I want to go.
because he knew this was going on, and I told him that we need to get out of this. This isn't good. And he stayed with him for 3 more years after that.
Yeah, bad news, man.
15, 20 years.
The dark side of Hollywood.
Why do you say it like that? Okay. We appreciate the call. Appreciate you calling in, not the darkness of the story, but the story itself.
Sure.
But thanks for hanging in, by the way.
I wanted to say, and I showed you the link on Patreon, I think that Victor guy has probably passed away.
Oh, good.
So take that with whatever.
Okay.
And
So everyone wins.
He was sued in court a few years ago for something with his casting agency. So
No.
it's all good. It's
Very
all
bad.
over with, and we're past all that.
All right.
All right. Take care. Brush your hair. Thanks a lot, dude.
All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for calling.
Fun times.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Whoa. Actually, you know what needs to be? It's this one.
Oh. Hey.
Everything that moved, foreign and domestic.
I don't want to be a part of that.
Hey.
All right, that wasn't what I. Okay, so this is a reminder of Michael J. White just in an action scene.
You got to the count of 5. This motherfucker talking to me. 1. You hear this motherfucker?
Oh, I've seen this clip before.
2. You hear this motherfucker? 3. You just signed your own death certificate, player.
Do you see that kick and how he goes back to doing his thing? Like, even on a movie, look at his form and how balanced he is.
Yeah. That's a real fighter.
Does he look off balance after throwing? I know he doesn't connect. But
Okay, so get in your mind what Michael J. White
oh, my bad. I'm sorry, guys.
just
I got to
did.
start again.
And then watch me defend some punches from Chris.
Okay, hold on. So here's we'll show it again.
Right.
3. You just signed your own death certificate, player.
Stabbed him. Oh my God.
Back to the sink. Bow to your sensei.
Yeah. And also, if you really want to see us do our thing,
Aggressive and raw. My respect makes me
10 feet tall.
Firm believer that
Hip
hip
hop
hop
is here to stay.
Live it, breathe it
Every night and day.
this is our Steven Seagal. All right, so that's what that's what we're talking about. But this is the guy who's like, yeah, of course, Van Damme would kick the shit out of Steven Seagal. There's no.
I want to see these two guys fight, Van Damme and this guy. Jesus Christ, this guy's a unit.
Yeah, and he's a great martial artist.
Yeah, let's see the Bob Oden. Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Be much. I like him a lot. Good guy, good charisma. He's got something special on the screen. I would love to see him there. Yeah.
Why doesn't he like you?
Because maybe I'm good.
Yeah.
Very good. Doesn't like me. I like him a lot.
So
Yeah, good
you can
charisma.
see Van Damme doesn't even talk about. He compliments him.
To see him there, yeah.
Why doesn't he like you?
Because maybe I'm good.
Yeah.
Very good. Doesn't like me.
Yeah, he's intimidated by an actual martial artist. Okay, Bob Odenkirk, one of the funniest guys on the planet, but also he did a movie called I think it was Nobody. And where it's like an action movie, and he did a training for a year. So he got a taste of some things regarding action films.
Right.
But this is him back on Saturday Night Live, where there's only one, I don't know, guest host or someone that was banned, never allowed back, and that's Steven fucking Seagal.
Yeah.
Here's why.
Buddy?
Nobody, yeah. It surprises me that you like action. I didn't know you would even be into that.
Mostly I make fun of action movies in my career in comedy. I mean, David Cross and I once did a whole night where we showed Steven Seagal movie and made fun of it the whole night on mics. By the way, I was there when he hosted SNL, one of the most famous nightmare, can't re-show that show ever.
As you were leaving the last time I got to interview you, I said, oh, geez, I forgot to ask you about Steven Seagal and when you pitched him a sketch that you had written, and you said, Howard, we'll save that for the next time.
Well, it was Hans and Franz.
Right.
And we were talking to him about I was helping with Hans and Franz that week. Yeah, I didn't usually help with that piece, but I love those guys. And Seagal read it, and he said, if I do this sketch, if I do it. And they want to fight him. Hey, we'll take you on. He goes, if I do it, I have to beat them up. He has to, it's like a John Wayne thing, right?
Right.
He's got to win. It's the most ludicrous scenario. You don't worry. No one will think that no one's thinking anyone beat anyone up here.
Right.
But that was his attitude the whole week was, he kept saying, I've never seen your show. I don't know what you do here. Really? You've never seen Saturday Night Live? Where do you live?
It goes on and on with that, but
that's the real cool move, is to say, hey, I've never watched Back to the Sofa before. What are you guys up to over here?
And for us, I believe you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saturday Night Live that's been on for 50 years.
Yeah, right.
Produced some of the greatest talents ever.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't believe that.
Yeah, probably not.
So Rob Schneider has the best Steven Seagal story I think I've ever heard. And
I'm here for it.
He told it in a time where he clearly didn't give a crap. And this is something you definitely need to pay attention to.
Hardo. And so you just can't, what you try to do, it's like you forge your little niche out and just keep working. Because the next thing you know, I've been doing this for 25 years.
You know,
I'm
my
still
favorite
working.
story that you told, it still is. Rob was the one, I believe.
that he wrote the greatest screenplay. I got your greatest.
Wait, but tell that. Wait.
Okay.
Just for anyone who's never heard that, tell the first story.
Okay, there's a writer that I know. I won't mention his name, but he was meeting Steven Seagal for the rewrite for the writing potentially for Under Siege 2.
Right.
And that was the one that broke him when it made $57 million when that was $57 million in the early 90s. And so he goes into one of those trailers, to meet with Steven Seagal, and he's on the set, and it's one of those big triple bangers where you go into this trailer and it's like you can get lost in there. It's a maze of pop-outs, It's like, which pop-out is Steven Seagal? And he's in the third bedroom to the left and the end of the hall.
Big star.
And he's waiting in there for 45 minutes. He's making him wait, sitting there by himself. Finally, Steven Seagal emerges from one of the other ante-rooms in the...
we'll get to it, Matt.
And he comes out and he said, I just read the greatest script I've ever read in my life. He goes, really? Who wrote it? I did.
He's such an asshole. Look, he makes everybody wait.
What an asshole. Jesus.
Let's see. Okay, so...
Who does he think he is, Lyle?
Yeah, Barry has something to say about that. So someone just mentioned, Matt, the... Steven Seagal getting choked out by Jean LaBelle. I don't know much about this. This has been talked about to death. So if you think that one story from one group of people, like, okay, there isn't much cadence, this has been spread throughout the MMA and fighting world and movie world. So take it for what it is. But everyone seems to be getting the story and has the details.
Right.
And it doesn't vary that much. Gene LeBell, I believe, and tell me, chat, if I'm wrong, was he like a wrestling champion or something along those lines? But he was a very strong older gentleman that kind of grizzled and is not puppy dogging anybody.
Right.
To make up shit. I was reading up all the shit that Steven Seagal's made up all through his career, because there's a whole thing going on right now where Steven Seagal told everybody that Anderson Silva, he taught Anderson that kick. Right. That's kind of what he's supposed to do, right? I mean, there's videos of him training with Anderson. Well, fuck it, Anderson barely even speaks English. Yeah. Just run around and tell everybody that you taught him it, and you know what? Anderson's so cool, he'll probably be like, yeah, he taught me, he's a good guy.
I always thought that was just him playing a goof.
But Anderson played a goof. Anderson might be playing a goof. Didn't he do a little Wing Chun in the Well, he always does that. He'll do a little like moving the hands funny, and he's just letting you know he's ready to fucking explode in your face.
Ready to kick you in the chin.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous fight.
That was ridiculous.
Is he really saying that? Is he really saying that he's the one that taught him?
Yeah, Steven Seagal's really saying that. Boss Rutan went fucking crazy. And Boss Rutan, I'm going to go do an advertisement for his gym. So
Boss
I'm
is
trying
the
to get him
man.
on the podcast too, because Boss Rutan will have some fucking amazing stories of brawls in Holland. He's just a savage. I love Boss Rutan. But Boss went crazy on Twitter, and he's like, what planet is he from? Did he learn this from fucking Disneyland? He's like, go crazy on Twitter. He's angry at Steven Seagal.
I heard an unverified story about when Gene LeBell and Steven Seagal had a
that's a true story. That's an absolute true story.
A mock-up right there.
Gene tells you it like this. He doesn't actually tell you the whole story.
What's the story?
Well, Steven was trying to say that no one could choke him out. You can't choke him out. He had this move. This move to stop you from choking out. So, I was like, all right, Steven, let's try it. And I get him in a headlock there. I get him in the rear naked. And he takes this hand, the free hand, and then you just karate chops me right in, the old sisters. And
so he tries to hit him in the balls to get out.
He wouldn't even say his balls. He's like the nicest guy ever. He would say something like, right in the old Johnson, And then, and then I guess he got tired after doing that, and he just fell asleep. I guess maybe he forgot to go to the bathroom. So he went to the bathroom then.
Oh, that's hilarious. Holy shit.
And if you know Gene LeBell is like, first of all, he was like one of the original mixed martial artists. He's a judo guy that had cage fights, or it wasn't a cage. It was basically a mixed rules fight where he fought a boxer.
So anyway, the guy's 100% legit, and he's being very kind when he told that story. But essentially, he choked out Steven Seagal, and Steven Seagal shit his pants in front of everybody. And, just as I'm not an MMA fighter, I've never done any sparring, anything like that. However, I had a friend that was into MMA, and I asked, well, there were two different friends. One, I asked her, she was a Muay Thai practitioner fighter, and she did it as an amateur. And I said, hey, why don't you kick me in the leg? I want to see what it feels like in the thigh. Not here, not the low part of the leg. We're in a gym, by the way. Did you guys notice that?
Hey, we're in the gym. Wow. We were working out right before this.
Yeah, don't go that far though, because your arm.
Yeah, that's not.
But so she goes, are you sure? And I said, yeah. So she kicks me in the thigh, and she's, I don't know, 5'6". I don't even know her weight, but not a lot. Mm-hmm. And she kicked me in the thigh, and it hurt so bad I felt it in the bone, and I had an immediate reaction, like a caveman reaction of like, I either need to kill her or run away as fast as I can because I can't take another kick. That was the first introduction I had to that kind of thing. There was another friend of mine that was into jiu-jitsu, and I said, hey, why don't you, I hear about choked out, it was like 2005, and I was like, hey, why don't you choke me out just enough, not completely, but just choke me out. I want to see what it feels like. And I was a bigger guy than him. I was not small, and he was smaller, a smaller person. I'm maybe 160 pounds. Mm-hmm. That's why I asked him. I said, start to choke me out. I'll give you a sign, or whatever. I don't want to completely.
He's probably like, I don't know.
Yeah. And he was a nice guy. No shenanigans. But he did the choke, and as soon as he put it on me, I felt the tightness of it, even with his smaller arms. I felt how tight it was. And then he said, okay, here we go. And then he did it. And before I knew it, like my vision started going wide angle, like fisheye. And then it got darker and darker and darker. And I pretty much, he stopped. I didn't have time to do a signal.
Right.
It was like that. Like it was that fast. And I held my breath. It didn't matter. It cut the oxygen off to my brain.
Yeah.
So like for him to say, I can never be choked out and no one can ever do that to me. And this older gentleman just going, all right, let's try it out. And he'll just choke you until you shit your pants in front of everybody.
What you're supposed to do is say, no one can choke me out. And people say, well, let me try it. And you're like, well, not right now. You know, I can't do it right now, but I have this technique.
Right. It's
you
been a long day.
certainly don't just rely on kicking someone in the balls.
Or he hit him in the balls as hard as he could.
Right.
Which is the bitchest move.
And that didn't work. And then he was just out of ideas.
And then he just shit his pants. By the way, he denies it to this day, but yeah. So anyway, that was...
Yeah, I would too.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's more about him pooping his pants. David Spade, let's see. Sean Connery.
Very successful Steven Seagal. We're going to do a film called Never Say Never Again.
Do I look like the sort of man who would make trouble?
Is that Mr. Bean?
Possibility I was going to do Aikido and what have you, and I got a hold of Steven, and we had this training in the building where I had an apartment, and he was really very, very good and everything. And then I got a little cocky because I thought I knew what I was doing, because, you know, the principle is it's defense, so it's a pyramid, and I got a bit flash, and I did that, and he broke my wrist.
Wow.
And it was
fucking idiot.
So well put together here, I still have it broken.
Is it still broken?
Yeah. It's okay doing that. It's doing this is
Well,
a
you
problem.
can't get it into your pocket. Oh, yeah.
He broke Sean Connery's wrist when they were practicing something.
What an asshole.
And that's like a flex to him.
Right, to prove that Sean Connery kicked his ass.
You know that older, awesome gentleman that everyone loves, 007?
Right.
Yeah, when no one was looking, I broke his wrist because that made me feel like such a tough guy.
Yeah. That's some punk shit.
That is, man. That makes me mad. I don't like that. This is the Chuck Norris clip that you referred to previously.
Much Aikido study?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've studied Aikido for several years.
Kendo, do you do a lot of them to a degree? I mean, do you try to do a little of each one? Huh?
Was it Steven Seagal that told you that?
What?
Steven Seagal, did he tell you to get away from it? He may be a wannabe.
I'm sorry I brought this up. I'll figure it out.
He's a wannabe. The wannabes are the ones with the attitude.
Or maybe wannabe again or something. Who knows?
But he's a wannabe that will never be. Yeah. See, because guys with that attitude just don't make it. He's
Has he ever?
He's not afraid
or anything. Or?
No. They wouldn't dare.
Really rotten kind of guy image that he projects is
carries over.
Largely acting, is it or not? No. I see what you're trying to say.
Carries over in his whole life.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad.
For a martial artist,
I suspected that.
Yeah, for a martial artist, it kind of surprises me too.
He had much Aikido.
Well, it's because he's not a martial artist.
That's exactly it. And the way that Chuck Norris looked at the guy when he was like, "Are you afraid of him ever doing something?" That's how I would. And he goes like, "No, he would never." That's how I look when if someone would say, "Are you afraid of Kyle like out tricking you in rollerblading?" No, I don't think that'll ever happen.
I don't think that. No. Are you worried about Chris's jazz improvisational skills? I'm not worried about it.
Let's see. Did I play this one?
Black hair dye, eating carrots.
All right.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. Sharon Stone had something to say.
Someone is an asshole in Hollywood. How do you handle it?
This reminds me of when we were in Cannes. We had Total Recall there. And Steven Seagal, who I'd been in this movie with, I was trying to talk to him about this scene, and he told me I was standing in his chi.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I'm unfamiliar with that. How big is your chi? I didn't know what the hell was
riding a horse?
Anyway, so I was talking
with armor.
to Sven. Sven was Arnold Schwarzenegger's body double. And Steven Seagal came walking up. He's like, so what are you guys doing? Sven goes, we were just talking about what an asshole you are.
How about DMX? Rest in peace. He worked on 2 movies with him.
Trouble with Steven Seagal on a film you did together, correct?
Yeah, something like that. He hurt
a few people on the set purposely, and it's like, if you're acting and we're working together, I'm trusting you not to, take advantage of the situation and vice versa, and he put one guy's, stunt guy put his head through the window. With his, he was just supposed to act like he hit him. He actually grabbed the guy and pushed his head through the window, and the one move where he has my arms behind my back and we're both supposed to drop to the ground at the same time. On cue, I drop and he stays up, dislocated my shoulder.
Really?
But what goes around comes around, and he ended up hurting himself on the set and was out for 2 weeks. So.
Good. Woo! When everyone is cheering, you injuring yourself, you're not a good person.
Now here's a clip that's not directly. By the way, the Brat actually had a show.
Oh, the Brat.
Yeah, she's like us. So sorry. Did I even have that up on video? I'm sorry, guys. But here is a retelling of what Charlize Theron said. This has been from multiple sources, so it's not just from this site.
While promoting her upcoming movie, The Old Guard, the actress stopped by the Howard Stern show and pretty much shaded old school action star Steven Seagal. So Howard asked Charlize,
he doesn't look good.
Action films, and she said, at night I'll go online to watch fighters or watch people fight, and you always come across that old Seagal video of him fighting in Japan, but he really isn't. He's just incredibly overweight and pushing people. And said, I have no problem talking about him because he's not very nice to women, so you.
All right.
Chewy. I mean, she ain't playing around. When you hear a woman this beautiful talk like,
I think that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
For her. But we got to include, I don't care if this gets flagged.
Attention. You paying attention? Oliver, you sure?
Yes, sir.
Watch this.
He's really playing that.
He is?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a serious player and I've been playing since I was a child.
The guitar asks, what's a riff that sounds easy but is actually hard to play?
Why isn't his right hand moving?
Doesn't sound that difficult. And then you watch him play it, he's just got his thumb stretched all the way up here. It's incredible. It's just truly a difficult thing to play, especially if you do not have large hands.
Yeah. That's not him.
I could tell he's not playing that. Is he even holding it correctly?
No.
So that's how we look at that. So like you can tell.
God, he's just a fake at everything. Like he's like, well, I can fake this. I'll just fake everything.
And lastly,
Bruce Lee.
Let's
he
hear
doesn't
from
get
the
to
man
talk
himself.
about Bruce Lee.
Let's wrap this up with Steven from his own words talking about Bruce Lee and that other story about him getting choked out and shitting his pants.
I know more than I should talk about.
All right.
In terms of some of the people who write things and do things to disparage other people. But I can say that a lot of times, because I'm not the only one that people, have made fun of, as you know. I mean, there's a young friend of mine named Jason Momoa who was supposed to be here who canceled.
What?
I don't know Jason.
Because he was too busy working?
I would swear to it, but
he said it was his friend.
My feeling about Jason is a very humble, very spiritual.
All right, let's get to the...
With Once Upon a Time in Hollywood coming out, and Dan is one of the people who came out speaking very specifically about Bruce.
We can certainly talk about that today if you want, because I was there, But
yeah.
He was there with Bruce Lee.
The long and the short is Danny always used to say, people always chase the guy, on the football field, they chase the guy with the ball, meaning, he's the most important guy. So I guess some people say, hey, you should be honored that people are disparaging you and making fun of you and lying about you and making up bullshit rumors about you, but I don't have time for it. I find it revolting and just disgusting.
Well, because we brought it up, I'd love to follow up, if you're comfortable with talking about it. A lot has been said about this portrayal of Bruce Lee in this new Tarantino movie, which, to be fair, I have not seen the movie, but having has not been very encouraging about the way that they've portrayed Bruce the Man.
The real question is, where did Quentin Tarantino get this idea that, you know, some stunt person beat up Bruce Lee. I personally think it was just some random, you know, writing with people who wrote that, and that there was no rumor behind it, and that's why
Kodama, I have wrist to break. No time for rumors.
Wrong. Gene LaBelle, who wants to say that, you know, he's the stunt guy who beat up Bruce Lee. Gene LaBelle is somebody who made his entire career lying about who he beat up. He beat up Jim Brown. I don't know if you guys know who Jim Brown is, but he was one of the greatest football players in the history of the world.
Yeah, football. At football.
Very, very tough.
So not at fighting?
No.
Guy if he had to get nasty. And I promise you, Gene LaBelle did not beat him up. But Gene
They're all laughing.
He
Like,
calls himself Judo Gene LaBelle. We had experts look in every Kodokan, Budokan, Judokai, everywhere to see if this guy had one black.
Are those real words?
Couldn't find one. And what everybody came back to me.
So he read a
said is,
book.
He's never even studied judo. So he walks around telling everybody he's Judo Gene LaBelle, tells everybody he beat me up, he choked me out.
Shoot your pants, shoot your pants.
Bruce Lee, he choked out Bruce Lee. He went to some.
Strangely enough, no one says that when Gene doesn't say when he beat up or choked out Bruce Lee that he shit his pants. I don't even know if he said that. But you'd think that that would persist. The only shitting the pants of being choked out in a fight or a spar or something has only been with Seagal.
Yeah.
That's
and
strange.
Seagal's like, oh yeah, Gene says that he beat up Bruce Lee. And it's like, Bruce Lee fought so good that they had to tell him that on film, you fight so well that it looks fake.
Yeah.
You have to slow down because nobody can process all the moves that you're doing. And now Steven Seagal is talking about fighting. It's like, I have this about lighthouses, and so I'm an expert on lighthouse. I know about the lenses and the candle power and all that because I read a book about, like, he's so fake. It's crazy. At least Corey is actually dancing. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, you're right. He's just
Corey.
Doing,
when
doing
I saw Corey and he had the guitar, he's playing. It's not good, but he's actually playing. He's
playing.
Not faking it.
You're very right about that.
If we have to bring this all back to Corey Feldman,
I guess
at least what Corey's doing, he's actually doing. He's not faking it.
Steven Seagal versus Corey Feldman.
I know. I'd love to see it.
Oh my God. So, he goes on and on, but you get the idea that this is the kind of guy that, he has gone through life. I don't know how old he is. I think he's in his 70s now. Who knows? And he's an expatriate of America. I don't know if he's renounced citizenship.
He should. I don't want to be the same nationality.
No, he's been accepted very wholly in Russia, whatever. I'm not a.
Oh, he should stay in Russia. That's great for him.
Stay over there. If that's where your audience is and they still want to believe in this bullshit, fine. Aikido, the style of martial arts that he claims to be a master of, is a beautiful thing. It looks great on camera. It's good for storytelling. I'm sure it's great for your mental health. I'm sure it's good for physical things. Like it's not all bad. It's just not an actual fighting style that's used in real life. Thousands of years ago, in China and other places, all of these things can be developed and you can just say that they work in actual fighting, but it's more of an art than a physical martial art. Like Michael J. White was saying, I don't think this guy's ever had to really block a real punch.
Right.
Or a kick. I got kicked in the thigh and I was like, I got to kill this girl or throw something and run as fast as I can, or I'm going to die if I take another kick. And this was from an amateur.
Right.
So I can't imagine as someone more out of shape than me, walking around at an older age, he can barely walk with his pregnant belly, and all the hair dye and everything, still trying to portray this tough guy that all of his contemporaries, they don't even bother making fun of him anymore.
Yeah. He doesn't understand that I'm the tough guy. And that's
what you got
with this kind of thing and with the goggles.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have anything that he can stack up to, like what I'm working with over here. You think anyone wants a roundhouse kick from somebody with a Voltron tattoo?
I'm glad this got through to you.
Yeah, I made it about me.
And the final bumper. That's right. I made a final bumper for Steven Seagal. I invested time in this. To wrap this up, here you go.
You know you're pathetic. When back to the sofa looks down on you. Steven fucking Seagal.
Is that the best you got, boy?
You're still a loser.
All right.
Well, all the stars were out today. Kevin verse 7, William Chifo,
Whoever's on the screen right now.
Shawn Michael, Angelique.
Yeah.
Ha 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 to you indeed.
I'm also terrified of anyone with the Voltron tattoo, especially big ones. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us and staying up this late wherever you are in the world. It's late for us. And yeah, let me play it one more time. By the way, when he does the fighting in the chair, it's not actually his face. I don't know if they put a mask on that part. It's not him.
It's a different guy.
It's a different guy. Really look when they do the and this is separate from the one where he's shooting. I'll play that one too, but take a good look when he is fighting the guy while he's sitting in a chair. It's not his face. I didn't even notice when I edited this. Right there. That's not his face.
Oh yeah.
Is that the best you got, boy?
You're still a loser.
So we may still lose the fight. We don't do this as well as other people, but you're still a loser, Steven Seagal.
Hey, Steven Seagal. Fuck you.
Go shit your pants somewhere else.
Shit your pants.
You're not worthy to be a sofa stain.
Go dye your hair.
See, with other celebrities, I like to be more balanced and fair. With this shithead, he can go fuck himself.
Yeah. Well, controversial words from that side of the sofa.
I'm tired too.
Some really, really cool stuff from this side of the sofa. Looks and words and sounds.
Forgot about that.
Everyone had a good time, and no one had a better time than Bubba Wiggles' music.
You're just gonna whoever's talking.
Yeah.
Kevin. Verse 7 had a lot to say today, but Angelique really came out on top. With
Matt Kirwan with the green letters. Someone else has to say something.
You gotta keep talking, or we can't vamp.
Someone hit the heart button.
Jacob Mayoff, which I say Mayoff, called in.
Yeah,
and that was something that was unique.
Stacy Backbar is going to have a great night, and I hope all of you do too, after being here on the fucking sofa thing, probably.
But poor Trout really sold it off, especially when Bubba Wiggles and Kevin said the stuff that they said.
Kodama called, right?
She did.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Real human.
And Dookie Fountain, who could forget Dookie Fountain, our favorite.
Loose stool, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
LCS photos. Who could forget when they said
I say all the shoe support
like that too? Twist. Chris Abreu's real name is Steven Seagal. You take that back, you burrito. I don't care who you are. Erroneous called in. He wanted everyone to remember. And then
WW Federation Z gave us $5 to never talk to us in person.
That's right, and we didn't make that promise. So thank you for the money.
Yeah. I'll be calling your home.
We'll be finding
shortly.
you somehow.
Yeah.
And M. Nick said, "Who can forget Dookie Fountain?" I think we mentioned Dookie Fountain.
Yeah, we did.
We'll never forget Dookie Fountain and her story about a street where there is Dookie and it's a fountain.
And Dookie Fountain called. Yep, Shawn Michael, there was a call in. Maybe next time. We'll never agree to come on at any time ever again because everyone holds our feet to the fire for the free show.
Okay, I was a little bit tense in the beginning because it does feel like that. But now I'm starting to think maybe people actually just like watching the show. So like when it doesn't start on time. It's not like they're saying,
anticipating.
They're not
You're
like,
an F-level celebrity. I am too.
We're not. But it's not like
probably
you're saying, we demand this because we own you, you YouTube scum, all for the algorithm. It's more like you're saying we enjoy your YouTube scum, all for the algorithm crap.
Yeah.
E-level. I'll accept E-level. I like E-level because that's not even real.
Who's F-level? I mean, F-level, you aren't even a celebrity.
Would that be like disgraced?
Would that be like Steven Seagal?
No, he's like really memorable and stuff. But anyway, good night. It's Friday. I forgot about that.
Take care. Brush your hair. Don't use Nair. Shave down there. All the whatever.
Seriously though, thanks for watching, but yeah, it's the end of the show. This is the end of the show. It's over. Show's over. You've had enough of us anyway. Did you catch the part where Chris was annoyed when everything didn't go perfectly? How about when Kyle crowbarred in his shoe style? The show's over. You should be grateful. It's finally over. Over and out. Yeah, it's Trover. Yeah, you should be grateful.